Hello there. So I thought I'd do a quick video. I say quick. I don't know how long this is going to be. I'm not in London, as you can probably tell by the extraordinary scenery. I'm just going to walk up here. I don't know if you can see that. I'm just going to walk up there. But anyway, so I hit my wild card. For those of you that don't know, which is pretty much anybody that isn't a member, I hit the wild card button. Do you know what? I don't even know when it was. All I know is I think it was game week 7 on Saturday. So we're talking, what, 2 weeks ago? And essentially, none of us had planned for what had happened in the UK with the death of the Queen. So everything went and shut down and so on and so forth, all fixtures cancelled, and it kind of completely threw a spanner in the works. The reasons why I wanted to do the wild card is because I just wanted to get the fuck off Liverpool assets. There's something going on at Liverpool which I don't know specifically why they're not performing. They're just not. By weird coincidence, I was watching a Mark Goldbridge video and he was virtually airing in a more knowledgeable, informative way my thoughts about Liverpool with less swear words. And I want to jump on the best teams that I think I've seen and that are playing in the country at the moment. Those teams being Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle, to name 3. Chelsea from their wing-back point of view. Cucurella, Reece James. But of course, Tuchel then gets fired. We then have the situation with Brighton, where obviously they have Graham Potter leave. So what are Brighton going to be like? It's been a pain in the backside, to be honest with you, because with hindsight now, I wish I'd just left my team as it was and essentially took whatever I could from this game week, whether it was a hit, take a -4 and -8 to bring in certain players that are playing this weekend. I don't know, but hitting the wild card with hindsight now, I wish I never did. But it's been done now. So, and bizarrely, I've just listened to the Wildcard podcast that James has done for Planet FPL, and his team is essentially identical to mine, barring 2 players, I think. Now, I personally have gone off the idea of wanting, for instance, Chelsea assets, Arsenal assets, and obviously I've been looking at fixtures and fixtures. I'm 2 minutes in, I'm not stopping this video. I should have done this live, would have been easier. But yeah, I am been looking at the fixtures and stuff, and I kind of want to avoid Arsenal. Their fixtures after tomorrow or Sunday, whenever their game is, ain't great, to be honest with you. It's pretty pants. I think they're going to be quite tight games. Jesus is somebody who I have had in my team on the wild card, but looking at it and looking at Newcastle's fixtures, I've gone with Isaac instead. I can already hear somebody screaming, "Oh, get on with the wild card." I'll tell you what, clear off if you don't like it. You know what I always say, just piss off. But point withstanding is that I have gone for it, and I've gone with, quote, logic with my team selection. So it's pretty much about as standard. I mean, look at that for a view. I mean, that is... members will understand this, but it generally has been at times like this while I've been in Devon that I kind of want to come back and live down here again. I'm not going to beat about the bush. What's this got to do with the wild card? Nothing. It's got to do with wildlife. See what I've done there? Wildlife in the wild. Yeah. Yeah, it's at times like this I just kind of think, I think maybe my time in London has ended. But anyway, that's a story for a members video. You'll be enjoying that, Cage perhaps. I bet you can't wait for that. And Top Tim. PK7. But yeah, my team is pretty much as template as it gets, with the odd differential. And I've kind of had to say to myself, look, Steve-o, you're going to have to attack within reason this specific game week. You've got to have 11 players playing, especially if you just wildcarded. And I've got to attack the teams which have got the best fixtures for this week, plus the best fixtures upcoming. So, for instance, in my opinion, one of the better games for this week to attack would be West Ham away at Everton. The fact that they've lost Pickford, I mean, that could mean fuck all, but you know, I'm happy to attack it for now. I've already got triple City. I've got triple Newcastle. We've got an excellent fixture, but let's just get on with it. So, in goal, have a guess. Can I hear everybody saying it? Yeah, well done. It's Nick Pope, and give you another. You there? Yep, it's Nick Pope in goal. Warder's back up, but you know, whatever. 4 million, can't go wrong with that. 4 million playing goalkeeper. Defence. Now, I have gone with Reece James. I just want him in the team. There's no point in me messing about with trying to bring him in next week or the week after. Like I say, there's no real defenders I'm looking at for this game week where I think, I can have them for 1 week, like Perisic as an example. But I can see Tottenham conceding this week. I've predicted 3-1 to Spurs. I expect Spurs to have a solid victory, but they always seem to concede a goal. So, but anyway. And Tottenham's fixtures aren't particularly great upcoming. So Reece James, these are my main back three. So I'm going with a 3-4-3. So it'd be, what's his face? Reece James, Cancelo. Yeah, I'll start with Cancelo. He's fine to have. And then we've got Trippier. Now this is going to be the interesting one. I can hear people screaming, going, "What?" So I initially had Dalot and Nico Williams. Nottingham Forest are a pile of shite. And yeah, okay, for 4 million for a playing defender, you can't go wrong. But for a playing defender that I'll never play in my life and is always going to concede goals, I'm really not interested. So I went with this Twitter template player. Yep, I can already hear it. Emerson, he's in. But with the fear of potentially him not playing tonight or tomorrow, whenever they're playing, I've put in as a, because I was looking for a 4.4 specifically, because I've got Dalot in at 4.4. He went up to 4.5, but Man United's fixtures aren't particularly great, but West Ham's are. And I've gone with Kafau. Guaranteed starter. He's not a guaranteed starter in my team, but for this weekend against an Everton team who, yeah, they score goals, yes, there's a chance. In fact, I'm predicting 1-1, but moving forward with their fixtures as a, I don't know, I doubt you'll be able to see this plane as it goes over. That plane as it's going over? I doubt you can. My camera skills are terrible. I basically got this on a stick. But there's a plane going over. Whoop-de-doo, Steve-o. But yeah, I do expect West Ham to concede, but there's something about them where they will have a clean sheet in them. If it's absolutely necessary for me to play Kafau over the next 3 to 4 game weeks, their fixtures are pretty solid. They're good enough where I don't have to panic. But the fact that it's almost certain that he'll be playing against Everton, and there's a reason why I want a 4.4 or less defender. There aren't that many out there which I'm looking at where I think, wow, your fixtures are absolutely fantastic. I really want you in. But at least with West Ham, their fixtures are good enough. So, gone with Kafau and Emerson. But like I say, this specific game week, it will be Trippier, Kafau and Cancelo playing. But moving forward, it'll be Trippier, Cancelo and Reece James. My midfield, I can already hear people have already predicted it. I'm hoping the sun comes out because I'm wearing my vest, a chain wrestling top in the style of the I've forgotten what they're called in WCW. It was the ones that vanished from NWO, the Outsiders, I think it was. But anyway, I'm just going to climb up here. You may not seem that steep, but it is actually quite steep. But yeah, but a midfield 4 I'll be playing. It will be Martinelli. Finally brought him in, so he's going to be doing fuck all. Kevin De Bruyne. Who else have I got? Kevin De Bruyne. Oh right, yeah, Bowen. I've decided to go with Bowen. Their fixtures, without going over West Ham's fixtures, even though I haven't even mentioned their fixtures specifically, but their fixtures are looking really, really good at the moment. Thank God the sun's out. The fixtures are looking really good, and as Andy from Let's Talk FPL says, look, players will find their way into form, and you've got to hit them at the right time. This is going to be a tough fixture for West Ham. Like I said, I'm predicting 1-1, but West Ham's current fixtures moving forward are pretty good. He's a guaranteed starter. I'm happy with him, and he's going to be playing this weekend. I also have Andreas, just a 4.5 placeholder, but the player that I originally had in the team was Sinistera. As Nuclear Atoms keeps banging on about, he looks like he's going to be the main man for Leeds. He's taken over. I've completely forgotten his name now. The guy that went Barcelona, I can already hear people screaming his name. I've completely forgotten it, but he's taken over from him. Now, I had brought him in for last week's blank fixtures, but of course, before they were blank fixtures, but of course, they never happened. So I didn't get to have him playing. I can't remember who they had last week, but it was a really good fixture. And I thought, you know what? Their fixtures moving forward aren't too bad, but unfortunately they were all called off. So I thought, right, who can I get? Well, Zaha was somebody I really want to bring in. But of course, Zaha's got a blank this week. So I've got a plan. Who was it? It was Semi-Sweet Potato, isn't it? They always used to say, I have a plan. I have a plan in place. Well, my plan is, so I've got in James Ward-Prowse. I just think the Aston Villa game is prime. I think it could be goals in that. I think 2-1 either way. Unfortunately, I think for the score predictor game, I've gone 2-1 to Aston Villa, mainly because, you know, they got a really good result against Man City. But honestly, if it was 2-1 either to Southampton, I would not be surprised. Southampton doing all right this season. Ward-Prowse's attacking returns have come in 2 away fixtures. So, as you can see here, we're getting higher. Yeah, I just think for a 2-week punt, he's got Aston Villa tonight, and then after the international break, he's got Everton at home. Now, after that fixture, I can then swap to Zaha. So I've got the exact funds to do James Ward-Prowse to Zaha. And obviously, depending on how James Ward-Prowse does, you know, I could in theory keep him, get rid of Bowen, and depending on how Bowman's playing, but it's all form, isn't it, at the end of the day? I'm stating the bloody obvious. But we then move on to the strike force. Pretty obvious, I've already mentioned triple Newcastle. So Isaac. Now I did have Jesus, but I really don't want to be making transfers for the sake of making transfers moving forward. I don't really want to be booking them in apart from like this Zaha one, if absolutely necessary. So I just thought, fuck it. Isaac or Newcastle got a good fixture against Bournemouth. Then they got good fixtures moving forward, which I'm perfectly happy with. Whereas Jesus and Arsenal, really tough, difficult fixtures. You can see there, quite extraordinary. They've got difficult fixtures. I think I've missed out on the Jesus goals. I accept it. So Isaac, and then Haaland, and then Mitrovic. Mitrovic is just scoring for fun at the moment. He doesn't care. He don't care who he's playing. He's just scoring. He's got his championship form. He's happy with it. I'm hoping you can hear this over the wind, because it's just... I may over quickly go over there to that. To the rock over there. To the rock. If I can get through it. Yeah, so I've gone with Mitrovic, Haaland and Isaac as my front three, which means that I don't have to rely on these shitty fucking 4 million or 4.5 non-playing players, and I've now got a team of guaranteed starters in James Trippier, Cancelo. I'll then have De Bruyne, James Ward-Prowse / Zaha, Bowen and Martinelli, and then we've got Mitrovic and Isaac up the top with Haaland. So I'm pretty cool with that. You know, there's not, like I said, there's not much I can actually do with my team whatsoever. So I'm happy to have gone with the way I have done. It's pretty much as good as a free hit team could get this specific game week, and yeah, I'd like to think that maybe my luck starts to change possibly. I was hoping that this rock would actually... Oh, there we are there. Maybe I could... Well, I can't really squat down because I'm a knee. But I think that comes to a natural conclusion, to be honest with you, while I squat in the most ridiculous place possible. But yeah, me and Jason are streaming tonight. So from about 9 o'clock, me and Jason are going to be... Bloody hell, that's horrible. Me and Jason are going to be streaming tonight. See his quote reaction to everything. I think Jason's just about got 11 players tonight. I think Andreas and is it Botman he brought in? So he brought in Botman this week. I'm assuming that's for Fofana, because I looked at his team and I thought, well, the only way you're going to get Botman is for Fofana, which I don't know if that's a mistake or not, because moving forward with Chelsea defence, I'd be happy with them. They're perfectly fine to go, but that's what Jason's done, so he should have the full 11. We'll probably go through, see what the rivals obviously have done, and the YouTube chat league, and then we'll take it from there. I have no idea how long this is going to be, so whenever you guys are seeing this video, it could be 3 hours after I recorded it. I'm recording this, it's now, if I can bring up the time, 20 to 4. So 20 to 4 in the afternoon UK time, and this is probably not going to be uploaded till probably, with the internet being so bad down here, 6, 7 o'clock. But I'm going to try and upload it now, but the fact that I'm on the balls, it's going to be non-impossible. Anyway, that's my team. See you later.